This is Balsam Gap in Haywood County, North Carolina. Just getting ready to cross into Jackson County. Beautiful, beautiful trees, leaf color, wonderful. And we just getting ready to pass also under the Blue Ridge Parkway. That's it up ahead. Look at those leaf colors out there, wonderful. And we're coming down the hill. We're in the, getting ready to cross over into Jackson County, North Carolina. And heading on towards Silva, and then I have to drive on out to Murphy today. Beautiful day for a drive though. So I just thought I'd share this little bit for you. Here we go. Here's Jackson County. All right. Okay, this is Ralph Roberts, and we're crossing over the Little Tennessee River here in Swain County, North Carolina, way up in the mountains of western North Carolina. And I thought I'd shoot going through the Nantahala Gorge, adjust the camera a little bit. And of course we're at the height of the fall color season. Got some nice colors coming up. Still adjusting the camera. Maybe a little bit better. Hard to see on that little screen of me driving too. I don't want to take any chances. Alright. Yeah, it's got the hood in and everything. We'll try that for a while. Nice blue sky. You can see the clouds in it. So here we go. We'll be entering Macon County, I think, for a while next. And then I'll probably stop this video after we get through the gorge. But then I'm going on to Murphy, which is over in Cherokee County, North Carolina. I get to go through a little bit of Graham County to get there. So basically, I left Asheville about an hour and a half ago or so. And I'm driving a little bit over 100 miles out to Murphy on business. And thought I'd just shoot some video as I was doing it. So the 4-lane will be ending shortly. Just because, excuse me, just because I haven't figured out how to get the 4-lane through Nantahala Gorge. That's where the Nantahala River runs. Very rocky, rapid river through that gorge, and there's a whole lot of rafting, whitewater rafting taking place there.
In 0.4 miles, keep left on US 74.
There we go. Need to get over a lane just to make sure.
Keep left on US 74.
Alright, like I said, it's going to turn into 2 lanes here shortly. The road diverges there.
Drive 21 miles on US 74.
National Forest. We're running through parts of the Nantahala National Forest. Lots of kudzu along the road here. See kudzu throughout the south, even up here in the mountains. It was brought over from, I think, Japan in the 50s and just sort of has run wild. It's all over the place. I can remember when I was a little boy on the farm where I grew up on near Asheville, and we had an erosion problem with some gullies being washed and all, and the ag extension agent came out, and I still remember him saying to my dad, I got this new thing that'll save you from having those gullies. It's called kudzu, and we're still trying to get rid of it. It's firmly entrenched. So we're in the forest now. Driving along. This is not the perfect setup to video with. I really need some sort of lens shade because I see whiteouts occasionally when the light gets too much for the camera to handle. I'm just using a little flip HD camera I got for about $40 off eBay. It's not the world's greatest camera, but hey, it's cheap and I carry it with me, and I usually have it when I want to use it, which is good. There's a sign over there, whitewater rafting. So in about another mile or so, we'll be down in the gorge itself. Another sign for whitewater rafting. It's a big tourist activity out here. I've got the camera mounted up on the dash here, right next to me. Raging Waters Rafting Company. There's 3 different rafting companies I've seen in the last quarter mile or so. And then I know the Nantahala rafting is the big one. But, well, there's yet another USA raft. Oh, it's nice down in here with the shade. It's good for the camera. The camera likes shade. Driving out through here, it's a pretty good drive, but back in the 70s, I sold wholesale electronics for several years, covered about 17 counties in West North Carolina and Northern Georgia, and a little bit of South Carolina. And I used to make this drive every Monday for over 2 years or so. So I've done it a lot, and of course since then I have a business that more sporadically gets me out in this area. But I love visiting it. It's a lot better than driving out through here than it used to be because it's mostly 4-lane except for this section here. As we continue on down, there's raft trips here. There's another rafting company. But as we continue on down into the gorge, going steadily downward now. Do not feed bears. A lot of bears out in here. It's a good idea not to feed them. Encourages them to stay around humans. Okay, there's the Nantahala National Forest sign. This drive is really nice during the week, but on weekends, trying to get through Nantahala Gorge is hard because there's just so much traffic and people going bumper to bumper and just creeping along and so forth. Because it's quite a scenic drive and you can see the river real well, and it's pretty cool. People like to slow down and look at it. fact, there seem to be a few people here today even. I imagine there's a lot of people actually, because this is getting up towards the peak of the color season here in western North Carolina, and people like to come and see the beautiful leaves, all the different shades. And we're riding along the river right now, the raging river. Over on the right. One of these days I'm going to mount more cameras in the car, in and on the car, and get some better outside shots than I'm getting now. You're basically just seeing what I'm seeing through the windshield. Actually not as much. I've got a wider field of view, even though I have a wide angle lens on the camera. In fact, there's some people over there in rafts in the river right now, enjoying themselves. But unfortunately, I don't have time to stop and film them. I've got an appointment I have to make. Maybe on the way back I'll have time. We'll see. This is 5-6 miles or so through the gorge. High mountains on either side. Boiled peanuts. Doesn't look like it's open though. Little shop. Those old school buses over there are surplus school buses, and they get those to pick up the people who ride the rafts down. Adventurer of Feist Rivers is the name of that one. Nice drive, but it's slow. I'm only going 40 miles an hour right now, going with the traffic through the gorge here. And I believe we're probably in Macon County by now. I'm not sure exactly where the line is down here. But we're on the other side of the big hills from most of Macon County. Those being the mountains, of course. Unfortunately, I'm driving pretty much into the sun, and it's going to cut down some on the quality of the video. But I think you're probably getting the flavor of driving through Nantahala Gorge, way up here in the North Carolina mountains. And we're probably about 70 miles or so west of Asheville. A lot of people don't realize North Carolina goes on for a while after Asheville, but it's like over 100 miles to the Tennessee line if you go this way. It's about 30 if you go towards Knoxville. But this is the point. The end of North Carolina goes way out to the west. Way back in the colonial days, North Carolina went all the way to the Mississippi River. It wasn't until Tennessee was broken off that we quit going so far. Tennessee was made pretty much out of lands that had originally been in North Carolina. But are they grateful today? I don't know. That's a good question. Of course, since we're so close to Knoxville, we have a lot of people around here that went to University of Tennessee, so you see a lot of Tennessee orange. Yeah, this is nice. Nice drive. And I'm getting paid to do this. That's what's nice about it. Oh man, I enjoy my jobs. And I have a lot of different jobs. Called making a living. And this is one of the companies I own. I own several little companies. And usually one of them has work for me. Even the boss has to work. And I volunteered to do this job. I didn't have to come out here, but I like coming. Let's see, I got another, what time is it, 4:49. Got about another 40-some minutes to go yet on this drive. Won't film all of it. Of course, just the trip through the gorge and make a nice video to put up on YouTube and Google Plus, my favorite hangout these days. Yeah, I enjoy Google Plus a lot. One of my other jobs, I write computer books, and I just finished writing a book about Google Plus called Google Plus First Look. Hopefully it'll be out before the end of the year. I've written 3 books this year. That keeps you busy. Wrote one on Celtx, open source screenwriting software, CELTX. That one's been out since March. And I have one coming out in December on Google App Inventor, which is a program to write apps for Droid phones. And then during the month of August, I wrote Google Plus First Look. Been proofing it and updating it to get in the new features, and like I say, I think it'll be out this year. I'm almost done with it. I'm almost signed off. Good book, if I do say so. Enjoyed it. And I learned a lot about how to use Google Plus and get a lot of fun and enjoyment out of it, and still am. Lots of tips on how to do that in the book. Or if you want it for free, just circle me on Google Plus, Ralph Roberts, and watch what I do. Then you'll understand. We'll be starting up an elevation here as we come up and out of the gorge. Still got maybe a mile or so to go, but we're already starting to go up some. Yep. Sometimes I like to wonder what this was like back during the 19th century and so forth. How did they get through here? And of course the answer is they probably didn't come through here. Even building this road was a monumental task. They probably went around the mountains some to get out to Murphy and places where there's larger settlements than there are, and right up here in these thick mountains. All right, I was wrong back there when I said we were in Macon County. We weren't. We were still in Swain. But now we're in Macon County. We just crossed the county line. So, but still, all the comments I made about making most of it being on the other side of the high hills is still entirely true. And I mean, they're high mountains. Nantahala Lake Road. Nantahala Lake's pretty neat, way back up the mountains. But I don't have time to go up there today, unfortunately. Lane in, merge left. Yes, sir. My GPS has been quiet. It says has me turning on 129 south. I have to think about that. That wouldn't be right to go to Murphy, I don't think. That's more like you go to Robbinsville. GPS is usually accurate, but sometimes you have to check it. Yeah, we're going up now. My ears just changing elevation. More old school buses. They're very popular with the rafting companies. What was confusing me, I'm on 129. Like I say, I've been driving these roads probably for over 40 years, so I don't worry about the name of them because I know where I'm going. As we continue climbing. Nice trees up there ahead. More kudzu on that bank there. Oh, those nice trees. It's just completely gorgeous up here. All the way from my house to here. Of course, I live in the mountains too, so it's much the same foliage color that home as it is here. Yeah, here if you turn right, you go to Robbinsville and Fontana, but we're going straight on through Andrews to Murphy. And I'll let the camera run a little bit longer. I'm not doing anything else, just sitting here driving, so I appreciate you guys riding along with me. That's an old store. Oh, now we're entering Cherokee County, so we didn't get it in Graham County. That's the county where Robbinsville is. We came close though, but we went from Macon into Cherokee County. Of course, the Cherokee Indians owned much of this territory back in the olden days, and still have a big reservation. They have the main reservation is back over in Swain and Jackson County. We got a big casino there that's doing real well these days. But they also have outlying parcels. They have Snowbird up in Graham County, and they've got a couple outlying parcels here in Cherokee County also, even though it's, I don't know, 70, 80 miles from the main reservation. In fact, one of the things they're wanting to do is build a casino on the parcel of land they own here in Cherokee County because it's like 80 miles or so closer to Atlanta. Atlanta's a big one place that attracts a lot of gamblers up to the Harris Casino in on the main reservation. Like many people native to this area, I'm part Cherokee, so hey, I don't mind if my red brothers scamp the pale faces, and they're doing real well. Unfortunately, I don't have enough Cherokee blood to join the tribe, so I don't get none of that money. Away it goes. So the next town we'll be hitting is Andrews, North Carolina. Actually, we'll be bypassing it. We'll hit 4-lane again and sail right by it. Man, that's a lot of kudzu. Better speed up. Kudzu will chase you for 8-9 miles. This stuff's dangerous. Nothing stops it. Not a lot of traffic on the road though. It's a pretty pleasant drive. Good scenery. Not much traffic. That's what I like. We're starting to see more flat area now. And as you can see out there, the road runs straight for quite a while. This little camera is pretty nice. It's not very large, it's about the size of a candy bar. And one of the small candy bars, not one of the giant ones. Shoots in high definition though. 720p, which is 1280 by 480 pixels. So it gives a lot of detail. The only thing it doesn't do as well as I'd like is handle light. It doesn't like the big variations in light as you go from sun to shade to sun, etc. But for the price, it's pretty good. In any camera, and I'm going to have to come up with one, any camera, when you're shooting outside, needs a lens shade of some sort. My big camera, big commercial camera, I have what's called a matte box, which is a box that shades the lens quite well. And I need to devise a mini matte box of some sort for this lens and make for a lot better quality photos, or video rather. Of course, videos are just a whole bunch of photographs taken really quick. In the case of this camera, I'm shooting 30 frames or 30 different photographs every second. And you run those by and it looks like you have motion. What you do? Flat out through there relatively. We're coming into a big mountain valley. That's where Andrews and Murphy's located. But like Asheville, which is surrounded on all sides by mountains in a large valley, so too is Andrews and Murphy and Hayesville and this area here. I mentioned Hayesville, that's the county seat of Clay County. So you got sort of that little triangle, and then you go over the mountains and you got another valley at Franklin's in, which is the county seat of Macon County, North Carolina. So our ancestors, they built in the mountain valleys all the new people moving in build up on top of mountains, which is very scenic but can be dangerous due to lightning and forest fires and ice in the winter and all sorts of stuff like that.
In 0.6 miles, keep right on US 129 South.
Yes, ma'am. That's my GPS, Jill, I call her. And she keeps me straight, most of the time anyway. Okay, 19 Business, Andrews, left 1/2 mile. We're not going to Andrews. There's a truck advertising.
Keep right on US 129 South.
There's a truck advertising a zip line. Zip lines, ZIP, zip lines are getting popular up here in the mountains. That's where they run a steel cable up through the trees, down a hill or whatever, and then
drive 15 miles on US 129 South.
People attach themselves to the zip line and zip down through the trees, which is rather exciting and not something I'm inclined to do quite often. But anything for the tourist dollar. Now the nice thing was, I was going to tell you something that applies to my Droid smartphone, but not to this camera. Any video or photograph I take with the smartphone is automatically uploaded to Google Plus, and I can share it in a post just with a couple of clicks. This camera I'll have to download to my computer and then upload to YouTube. Once it's on YouTube, I can share it on Plus and Facebook and several other networks without any problems. But it's pretty easy to put it on the computer for uploading. This plugs in to a USB port and you just copy it over like a EUB file. Or you can just upload it directly from the camera when it's plugged into the computer. Technology is wonderful. It certainly is. Okay, we're getting down in the flat where it's not too exciting and getting back into civilization, so I think I'll go ahead and cut this off and pay attention to the rest of my trip. But I have enjoyed you guys riding along with me, and I hope you've enjoyed it. So this is Ralph Roberts reporting to you from Cherokee County, North Carolina, near Andrews, up here in the beautiful land of the sky. Thank you very much for riding along.